Well, I guess it's been a big part of my life. Originally here as a player, but probably a bigger part after my playing days. It's a hard question to answer. What does it mean? I think it means to me a franchise that other organizations try to emulate, and I'm proud of that. And that's probably one of the most important things that it means to me as a whole. We talk about being a premier franchise, and I think there was a period of time, maybe going back 20 years or so, where maybe we had dropped that title from our name. But I think now, the way we're recognized in the media, the way we're recognized by potential recruits and players, that we've turned that around and attached that back to our name. On a personal side, I think probably the most satisfaction deal goes back to the 2008, winning that competition, I guess you would call it, to bring the Memorial Cup to Kitchener, and then that opening night, seeing the building, sort of the curtain raise, I guess, to the event, and a lot of hard work, but a lot of satisfaction to see that come to the community. I think the player part, has stayed constant. You come here, you don't really know your teammates, you develop a bond with those. You're sort of a very tight circle. I have lifelong friends to this day, and that part I think is staying constant. So I think for the players, the toughest thing would be, you're growing up in your teenage years, but with a lot of scrutiny, and that's sometimes, I think, something that fans and myself at times forget. We have to be careful not to. But the game itself, I think if people have been here for 60 years watching it, we have a fancier arena. We have glass instead of wire. But the ice surface is the ice surface, and the puck is the puck, and the players are bigger and faster, but the game hasn't really changed that much. Maybe the one I remember when Pete DeVore came here, I remember he made a big impact on the organization, on how we operate, especially from the players' side. So probably dealing with Pete is the biggest one. He's a unique individual. You don't always see eye to eye. He's an emotional guy, a bit more than me at times possibly, but that's probably the biggest impact from an individual, of someone who I've run into. Someone once told me, and I've asked, when do you know, and I don't think anybody really knows, and then someone told me, you'll know. And a tough decision, because like I said, I truly believe I was fortunate to have an amazing job, and not easy to walk away from something like that. But at the same time, you're not really walking away, because you stay as a fan, so you'll be part of it. I just think not worrying, every game I walk in and I look and say, okay, is there anybody in the building? And people think that's an automatic. But I think maybe that would be the biggest thing, is it's a 24/7 job, whether people realize it or not. It might be the greatest job in the community at times too. So that part I'm sure I'll miss. But realized a little while ago, or maybe a number of years ago, that there's many things to life. And I don't think anybody ever said in their life they wish they worked another day longer rather than doing something else. So I'm fortunate to be in a position to that, having worked with a great organization. And that I look forward to the next generation making it even better.